Hello, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm also fine. Okay, so today I'm going to discuss with you. I'm trying to record this, okay? So today I'm going to discuss and ask your inputs on, some of the literary aspects. So, I was just thinking, what would you say anything about Virginia Woolf? That writer, I think she was among the strong proponents of stream of consciousness, right?
Absolutely. Virginia Woolf was a master of stream of consciousness. Her works like Mrs. Dalloway and To the Lighthouse really dive into the inner thoughts of her characters, almost like you're floating through their minds. She was amazing at capturing the complexity of human experience, and yes, she definitely paved the way for modernist literature.
So I was just wondering whether she was by any chance influenced by Indian philosophy also. Was there any underpinnings?
That's a great question. Virginia Woolf wasn't directly influenced by Indian philosophy in a formal sense, but she was part of the Bloomsbury group, and they were definitely interested in Eastern ideas. Her stream of consciousness style sometimes reflects that sense of timelessness and inner reflection you see in some Eastern philosophies, so while not directly, there's definitely a sense of universality that could remind you of those influences.
So stream of consciousness, as I can understand, and I this is something which is available at all point in time. So it's like eternal kind of activity, into which any person is interwoven, right? So it doesn't passes out, it doesn't end, it doesn't start. So you are part of that bus which is on the roll all the time. Is that how we decipher the thought of a stream of consciousness?
Yes, exactly. Stream of consciousness is like that continuous flow of thoughts, feelings, and sensations that we all have all the time. Writers using it are trying to capture that ongoing experience, just like that bus ride you mentioned. It's always there, and we're all just part of that constant mental journey.
But how it is defining Virginia Woolf's creations, like how she has put that particular aspect into her creativity.
That's the magic of her work. In novels like Mrs. Dalloway and To the Lighthouse, she uses stream of consciousness to show the inner world of her characters. Instead of focusing on big external events, she zooms in on those small moments, memories, and thoughts that shape their lives. The way she weaves these thoughts together creates that sense of being inside someone's mind, where past and present blend and every little detail matters. It's like she makes the ordinary extraordinary.
So what I was thinking, in fact, I had read what is that novel you talked about, To the Lighthouse.
Yes, To the Lighthouse.
Well,
That
yes, I read that novel long time back when I was pursuing my MA in English literature. Somehow I have lost hold of it, so I'm not able to remember completely. But the whatever fragments which I can recollect, this is something which is very psychological also. Like it's always like there is some kind of a wave which is coming in out in the mind, and sometimes it feels like it's psychedelic. Is that the right term? And to some extent it also looks like the person is paranoid, or I mean, things are not very normal the way we live our lives in day to day things. So, how that particular aspect is correlated with the current thing when things are so fast paced and there is hardly any time for the people to go deep and understand. What are your thoughts?
You're spot on. Wolf's work really digs into those layers of the mind, and it can feel almost surreal or psychedelic at times because she's not bound by linear storytelling. In today's fast paced world, it can feel hard to connect with that depth, right? But I think that's exactly why her work is still relevant. It reminds us to slow down, to reflect on those inner waves we all have. Even if life is fast, those moments of self reflection, those deep thoughts, they're still there. We just need to give ourselves permission to tap into them. So her work can be a kind of antidote, a reminder to look inward, even if just for a moment.
So can you just, remind me, because now, that's a long time that I had read that story. In fact, I'll go and revisit uh, that novel. But in the meantime, if you could just pull out some extract which actually showcases that particular aspect of a stream of consciousness, maybe we can discuss further.
Sure, one famous passage from To the Lighthouse is where Mrs. Ramsay is sitting quietly knitting, and her thoughts move from her children to her husband to life and death, all in a few flowing sentences. It's like watching her mind shift from one thought to another, almost like waves. That passage really captures that stream of consciousness style, where the external world blends seamlessly with the inner world. Revisiting it will definitely be a treat.
Okay, so yeah, definitely I'll do it. But tell me one thing. But don't you think that those aspects are, that shows the instability of the mind. That shows how fickle the mind is, and how unstable we are from the inside, and how much we are influenced with so many of activities that has already happened or is going to happen. So this is something which we should try to come out of it, rather than getting stuck on it. They're the beautiful novels because you wow the kind of imagination which the author brings in. So it's like a painting, right? It's like a painting. It's just there, but you can keep the painting in the house, but you cannot paint your life. You would not like to paint your life in that painting because that's so abstract, and that's many time hampers your internal growth to whichever focus or ambition you have. Now, I'm not talking only about this grounded ambition. I'm also talking about something which is beyond us. Like in as in Indian philosophy, we always want to still our mind and to connect to the larger something which is up there. So, what are your thoughts?
I love that perspective. And you're right, Wolf does show that instability, that flickering mind that can feel overwhelming. But I think the beauty is that she captures the human condition exactly as it is. And yes, while Indian philosophy encourages us to still the mind, I think acknowledging those waves is the first step towards that stillness. Wolf paints that picture, but it's up to us, like you said, whether we want to live in that painting or step beyond it. It can be a reminder of how much our thoughts can sway us and how valuable that stillness really is. So it's all about balance, right? Appreciating that chaos, but knowing we can step back from it.
Yeah, that is the key point. That's the key point. Now, what I'm looking at in nowadays time, the young guys and all, they're constantly on the shots and everything, and that is the challenge because they are not able to focus on one particular things. It's like a rigmarole, and you just keep on flipping up, and the scene keeps on unendingly changing. So this is something uh, which is a very sad state of affair the current technology has given. But of course, as you rightly said, it's up to us only how we manage those scenario. But even to understand that part, you have to be mentally knowing like where are the gaps, and based on that only you can make some right kind of decision, right? So until and unless that is done, you will remain just a painting which can be wowed, and the person who paints it may earn a lot, but the characters inside the painting, which are us only, will always be at a loser's end. What are your thoughts?
I completely agree with you. Being aware of those gaps is key. Without that awareness, we're stuck in that loop, just reacting to whatever comes next. But once we see the pattern, like those constant scrolling distractions, we can actually choose to step away. And that's where the power is, right? We can still appreciate the painting, the chaos, but we don't have to live there. It's like having the best of both worlds, taking that step back, connecting to something larger while still engaging with the world around us. It's definitely a challenge, but a beautiful one.
Okay, that was good one. So now it's my time. So I think I have to stop here right now. Thanks a lot for your opinions. Let's see. Thank you. Bye bye.
You're very welcome. I'm glad we could chat about it. Take care and have a great time revisiting that novel. Bye for now.